Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot, back with another general reading. This is going to be a general love reading, so it's not going to be for a particular sign. This is an all signs reading, just a general love reading. All right. So if it don't resonate with you, don't make something fit that doesn't. All right. But these are the cards I'm going to be using for this read. But we're gonna get 3 cards and see what is in the energy in love for you, collective. All right. Overall, hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful. All right. So now in love, Holy Spirit, on the energy, closing out our portals so we can open. Energy. Just return the same evil out to the evil gases, spells, rituals, known unbeknownst and unseen. Give me 3 cards for the collective in this reading. In love, what does my collective need to look forward to in love? And 3 cards, what does my collective need to look forward to in love? You got rest, first card. Got lovers at the bottom of the deck, passionate connection. So listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. So for some of you, may need to do more, get more rest in, not just sleep, but make sure you tap it into, if you're meditating or you used to meditating, use those methods when it comes to you resting. Because some people feel like, I get a lot of sleep. Sleep and rest is 2 different things. All right. Anything else? Give me 2 more. Messages of love for my collective. Current energy. Messages of love. Overcoming obstacles. Get back on your feet. Gain strength from difficult situations. And you got soulmate. The divine will provide you with love when you are ready. So these are a few things, a couple of things right now, collective, that is important to know. Get some rest, overcoming obstacles. You could be doing this. Whoever your soulmate is, they could be doing these things as well. You got resolving issues at the bottom of the deck. Peace and spread your wings. So solving inner conflict with others, healing past traumas. This is that time. Okay, with this shift, this is that time. Forgive people, for whatever they wrongs are. Go ahead and forgive those people, even if you don't let them know you've forgiven them personally. Within your own energy and your mind's eye, forgive them. All right, so that you can continue to move forward. Let go of whatever issues or situations you may have had with outside people, people you cut off, whatever those issues were. You know what they are. It's time to get past them. You know what I'm saying? No need to, keep reminding yourself of these people you cut off or situations that you got lessons from. Those experiences had to happen. Okay, but make sure you are resting. Listen to your body. If you yawning, if you feel tired, if you feel sleepy at times, go ahead and make some time to do that. Like I said, use those methods you use when you are relaxing your joints, telling your body, to relax in these areas from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Those same methods you use when you are meditating, use those methods when you are resting, when you are falling asleep. Okay? Listen to something, like rainforest sound. You know what I'm saying? Where it feels like you outside, you in a tent and you hearing like rain and stuff like that. Or just, the little bugs, the crickets and stuff, the chirps and stuff like that at night. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? That will make you focus more on that than a actual thought. Because sometimes if you go to sleep thinking about things, or you fall asleep thinking about things, thinking about people, work, and all that, you're not resting. You're not resting. All right. But you're overcoming obstacles. Somebody's overcoming obstacles. Get back on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Gain strength from difficult situations. So, like I said, the experiences had to happen in order for you to get the lesson. And the lessons, from those situations with them people that you cut off, realize and take accountability, and visualize what you have gotten. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. Realize what you got from them situations, good and bad. The pros of something, the cons of something. You know what I'm saying? This and that, was good, but I could have did without that. And maybe if I didn't respond to that this way, or maybe if I had walked away then and worked on myself, I wouldn't have been so affected by that as much as I was, to get over it, or to forgive myself, sooner for staying as long as I did, or, giving somebody the benefit of the doubt package. You know what I'm saying? Give me one on this overcoming obstacles. Clarify overcoming obstacles. Clarify overcoming obstacles. Give me one more on overcoming obstacles. Overcoming obstacles. Ask your angels. So when it comes to overcoming obstacles, when it comes to you, getting back on your feet, gaining that strength, from difficult situations, seek the divine. Ask your angels, if you want some support. That's what they're there for. Your angelic angels, call on them. They there to help you. If you're saying, look, I need help getting over this situation. I need help, healing my heart. I need help releasing this pain, this frustration, this depression. I need your help with this. I'm doing this again. I find myself, thinking back on this stuff. Like, I need your help. Ask your angels. That's what they're there for. All right. Give me one on soulmate. Divine will provide you with love when you are ready. Clarify soulmate. Give me one on soulmate. Realignment. Shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity. It's like the hangman. Like, look at something in a different way. Like, something could be needing to be real. Somebody could be like going through some type of rebirth or something like that, so that they can be realigned with you. You know what I'm saying? They may have had to close out a cycle much later than you. They may have went through some shadow work or something like that at a later time because of some type of trauma or some type of chaos or tower or something like that. They may have been divine intervention. You know what I'm saying? So something had to be some realignment had to happen. Also with the star in reverse, like somebody has to be realigned. You know what I'm saying? They may not have been listening to their intuition, their ancestors, their in their discernment. Like when it comes to their spirit team, like they have not been. Somebody may have made a lot of bad choices, and it got in the way of them actually staying on the right path or getting on the right path and being able to meet you halfway on your journey. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this is something that ended over a betrayal or it ended over somebody just resisting change. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever they got comfortable or complacent with, they may not have wanted to change it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it was, keeping them busy. It was keeping them distracted, really. It wasn't part of, something that needed to go on for a very long time. Yeah. Give me one more on rest. Messages and love from my collective. Give me one more on rest. Messages and love. Give me one more on rest. Clarify rest. Clarify rest. Clarify rest. You got self-awareness, tapping into your higher self, questioning routines and patterns. And you got pay attention at the bottom of the deck. Look out for signs from the divine. Acknowledge red flags. This, I feel like this right here, collective, when it comes to love, when if you with somebody already, take this as, a check point. You know what I'm saying? Where you need a checklist. Okay. But for you, those of you that are single, it's about somebody possibly, and it can, can go coincide with someone, that's in a connection already. But when it comes to somebody being self-aware, be mindful of, the things, like I said, that you go to bed thinking about, or when it comes to you meditating, when it comes to you, just taking a load off. Make sure that your mind and your body and all that is relaxed to the point where you're not thinking about things that you have had to deal with from day to day, or thoughts that may, keep you up at night. You know what I'm saying? Know your own energy. Because if there's somebody in your energy making you think of them, and you find yourself, they crossing your mind at bedtime, that's the only time you're probably thinking about them, ask your angels, for some help, for some support in that area. Do your protection. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're saying your prayers, when it comes to you going to bed, to make sure that your dream state and all that is not tampered with, that is protected. You know what I'm saying? So that you can rest. Because I feel like, if it is somebody pulling on your energy, it's more or less about you having a clear mind when you do close your eyes at whatever time, whether you're going to sleep, whether you're meditating. But this self-awareness is tapping into your higher self. Like when it comes to, especially, when it comes to you, when I said, when you talking to your angels, you let them know like, hey, I'm doing that second guessing thing again. I'm doing that, worrying again. I'm doing that brainstorming again when I, think of this person, or when I think about, if that moment ever arises, like what would I do? What would I say? I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say that. And I ain't gonna say this. I'm doing that again. So I need your help. I need you to redirect me, like, help me, think of other things to do outside of that. I don't want to think that way. I don't know where that's coming from, but redirect, transmute my thoughts for something positive, because I don't want to have to think that way. I don't want to have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But be mindful of things that you know you have to question when it comes to patterns, self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you're looking at things, and not letting something slide. Like, don't let red flags be something that you feel like, well, that was just that one time. Hell no. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. Okay? Especially if these routines and patterns are something dealing with you. If you see that certain things, are like certain things you shouldn't do before you go to bed. Like, make sure you have your day cleared out, so by the time it's time for you to, turn in or whatever, that you're not doing something or listening to music, that's kind of gonna have you in your head or something like that. Like, wind down, literally. Like, don't do something that's going, especially when something becomes a pattern of you doing something, because this is about your higher self. This is about you. So if you got some, things that is a pattern for you, like Four of Pentacles, like if you know you can get complacent and you feel like, you want to hold on to not getting back involved with somebody, you know, because of something from the past, or some people, in your past may have been all guilty of doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But you may have a pattern that, you may resort to that you didn't know was a pattern. You know what I'm saying? But question routines and patterns. You know what I'm saying? Don't let something slide, even if it ain't, something regarding you. If it's something, a partner or friends, co-workers or something, is something going on with that, question it. If you see something is, what I'm saying, becoming a routine, or you seeing that it's like a revolving door, a pattern, like, question it. Like, and when it's something that you question it from your higher self. Like, why would I surround myself with this? Like, why would I even deal with somebody, like this? Or why would I even find myself in a place like this if I don't want to deal with that? Let me just get in my car and go home. You know what I'm saying? Clarified rest. Clarified rest. Who is this that needs to rest? Self-awareness. Who is this regarding? Clarified rest. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Yeah, you got the temperance. Sagittarius energy. With the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Aries. So it could be a Sagittarius, whoever this is, could be any fire sign. All right. But this is like somebody actually, not feeling the need, like no need to feel like you need to be in a hurry to get to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Like, let something, have it go, run its course. You know what I'm saying? Trust the process. Like, don't put the cart before the horse. You know what I'm saying? Because this is about somebody actually having, to be patient in a situation. Like, be patient with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Wait calmly, for whatever answers you need, or wait calmly for a situation to pan out. You know what I'm saying? Let time go on without you being so triggered, you know what I'm saying, or pressed by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest. Don't be in a four of swords in reverse, to where you done worried yourself, to an early grave and shit. Like, don't do that. Because some folks think sleeping is just sleeping. No, sleeping and resting is two different damn things. You could take a damn power nap and it ain't resting. It's just giving you a little energy boost, you know what I'm saying, and tricking your body into thinking, that little bit of sleep was enough. But that ain't the same thing as rest. All right. But it's, it's like somebody actually having to balance, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to this Sagittarius, um, the Temperance also talks about divine intervention. Got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Cups in reverse, Ten of Swords, Judgment. Yeah. Because I feel like you may have been dealing with somebody that, was having issues with like expressing themselves. Or some, yeah. This Queen of Cups in reverse could be a man or woman. Because I feel like somebody now, is being reminded of, people that they, shouldn't be pillow talking with. Cancer in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse. Because I feel like somebody may have, been telling their business to somebody that possibly, caused a Ten of Swords. Like a betrayal or some type of ending. You know what I'm saying? This is like a cycle closing out. You know what I'm saying? But it's also somebody that probably, feeling exhausted and deeply wounded, you know what I'm saying, by, something that didn't work out, that turned out to be a failure, you know what I'm saying? Or just depressed by, how something is making somebody feel like, exhausted, like somebody feel, you know what I'm saying, like overwhelmed even. Yeah. But somebody finding balance when it comes to solutions, like, looking at something, from a different perspective, and not more so as that. It's just like somebody just having to find balance and harmony. And it's about them actually, being in alignment and being, prepared to look at something, as a process and not feel like you have to, rush to get to the damn finish line. Because I feel like somebody may have had some ways that they was not thinking made them look like they were desperate or something like that. What's the Temperance? Or like they was in a hurry, like they were being forced or rushed into something. What's the Temperance? Rest and awareness. Clarify the Temperance. Clarify the Temperance. What's the Temperance? Yeah, you got the Four of Swords, but it came out in the upright. I just mentioned it in reverse. So somebody, possibly want to compromise or they want to cause some type of truce. But they could, be looking at, some like somebody could be resting or healing right now. Or somebody want to lay something to rest. Either way. Got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. With the Two of Wands in reverse, Four of Cups. Somebody is feeling stagnant right now, especially if they feel like something ain't happening for them, or like something is like at a standstill, or they stuck in a cycle, or they stuck with the way something is. Like somebody could be dealing with boredom or feeling like they don't have, like somebody saying, I don't have the money to get this done, or yeah, like it may be some things you want to do but you don't have the money for it, or some things that you probably got planned, but this is, maybe not a good time, because of, how finances are something for you. Don't have to be. Or somebody could be looking, into like wanting to assert themselves in something, now to possibly like change up some of their routine. Because this with this, self awareness, talks about routines and patterns. Like if when you get to a certain point in healing that now you noticing like you may not be going out as much, and you need to change that routine up. Okay. If you do normally do some, stuff around the house, for cardio, you might want to get out now and walk around your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you got a Fitbit or something like that for you to determine how far, into your neighborhood you'll walk before you do 2 miles or 3 miles or something like that, or however you want to extend your limit the more you do it. You know what I'm saying? But be aware of like routines and patterns. Because I feel like you got everything you need right now. Or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, somebody do. But they don't have, somebody home with them. Like somebody don't. It's like somebody is established, but they don't have, like, they feel like something missing. Yeah, but you could be healing right now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Clarify self-awareness. You got judgment. Libra energy. So somebody's going through a change, like there's, a cycle, ending, and there's somebody, that possibly now, is judgment is not all bad, but it could be good as well. Because I feel like somebody, maybe now, ending out like some old ways, that they used to have, or how something used to be, or however they used to handle something. Like somebody is doing something differently now, but it comes down to somebody actually making a change, like looking at something, for what it is, and in a spiritual but professional kind of way as well. So this is where this comes from when it comes to making decisions from your higher self. With the judgment out here. Got the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. With the King of Swords, 5 of Wands to the Queen of Swords. Clarify overcoming obstacles. Clarify overcoming obstacles. What's overcoming obstacles? What's that about? Overcoming obstacles. That's the 3 of Pentacles. With the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. Somebody got something ending. But this overcoming obstacles with this 3 of Pentacles is like somebody, may be new to whatever it is they doing right now. Maybe something somebody new at a job or something that, somebody may have gotten a degree in and they, new on the job doing whatever this is, or this is like somebody new going toward, whatever they making a focused effort, to go towards, to work, partner with, teamwork, when it comes to somebody actually taking some type of action. Because I feel like now somebody's, pinnacles and things like that, their finances and things may be picking back up. But this is also about somebody, collaborating. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be getting some interesting news, like in business. Something could be opening up for somebody else. But it's like this is a moment where somebody, may be new to, getting back out there, so whatever they do have to contribute may be in a small, um, and what I'm saying, may be small what they're able to contribute, but whatever it is, it's like something that somebody's newly, coming into. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like an upgrade for somebody. So whatever something was like before, this is something new to somebody now. And I feel like somebody's overcoming, some obstacles when it comes to them actually, being vulnerable. Because I feel like at some point somebody was not cooperating, like somebody, would be if they were in a divine union when it comes to somebody being vulnerable. I heard a lady say today when it comes to a divine masculine, like a divine masculine is always going to be in alignment with a seer, an empath, a seer, a healer, things like that. So, and what I said to her was, that's true, yes, but there's so many divine masculines that feel like them having a woman that's a seer is a threat, not knowing that that's the empress, because that person is in alignment and equipped to fight for them in the spirit realm, and they are, the person, like military people, they the ones that fight for their empress on the ground. But in the air, in the spirit realm, in dreams or, in their mind's eye, they see things. And that's for their protection. You know what I'm saying? Not to be manipulated and used for their energy. Stop playing with her. That's your person. That is your empress. So it's important, like I said to her, like the divine masculine need to fucking wake up and stop, playing, out here, playing hide and go get it and shit and get their motherfucking life together. At this point, a lot of these divine feminine, these divine masculine shit done left their divine feminine to be in their masculine energy as an empress. Because they don't want to be they don't want to be a masculine. They don't want to be the man. They don't. They refuse to do it. And if they gonna do it, they want to be able to bring, they addictions with them. They want to bring their secrets with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly why God can't use everybody that want to be chosen. You got to have some type of self-control, self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? God, the Most High can't use you if you easily manipulated, easily controlled, easily compromised. Like you got to choose a side and stick to it. Because at the end of the day, shit, the person that you want on your team, you want to ride or die, but you want to ride or die that's spiritual. You got to be aligned in every area. You don't want to be blind and can't taste shit, can't feel shit, and all that right there. Like you want all your senses, and when you have them, it's a gift, it's a blessing. And for those that ain't, they still a blessing, because whatever senses you don't have, you heighten in others, in other areas. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, it's like somebody, they overcoming obstacles, but that could be, like I said, this Queen of Cups in reverse. Like this is somebody that, they may have had to learn a lesson from. in order to come into this union or to be able to collaborate, and work with you as a team and make a focused effort. You know what I'm saying? But this is like somebody ready to show another person, like, hey, I'm ready to show you what I'm capable of. I've been capable of this all along. I just was out here, playing with other folks, running the, playing games with other people, because shit, I ain't think, my person or somebody for me was gonna come along. So shit, I was just doing what I was doing. And then here you come, collective. Here you come. But now this person, wanna come in and show you that they could be, somebody overcoming, obstacles when it comes to them going towards some type of new business career, a career in business or finance. Somebody could have a career in business or finance. It could work in payroll, don't have to be. But whatever it is, it's like, somebody wanting to come demonstrate, what they've learned, like from the shit that they know they new to now. Like they got somebody to be this way with. They want to demonstrate what they know. It may have been with a Queen of Cups in reverse. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, it may not have taken much for them to walk away from this person, because it really, maybe wasn't a lot keeping them there with this person. They probably was with this person and still watching you. But at the same time, they still have to be able to bite down, you know what I'm saying, and do what they know they need to do that's right if they're going to come your direction. What's the Three of Pentacles? Or they can just stay with their damn Queen of Cups in reverse. What's the Three of Pentacles? Eight of Wands. Sagittarius energy. Like somebody, this is forward movement. Like this is somebody, possibly traveling towards you. Could be air travel. But this is like some blockages and things like that done been removed. Like somebody's path is made clear now. Clarify, ask your angels. Clarify, ask your angels. Ask your angels. Clarify, Holy Spirit, Holy angels. Yeah. You got the Six of Wands. With the star at the bottom of the deck, Aquarius energy. Somebody could be an air sign with fire in their chart. Star out here at the bottom of the deck with the Three of Cups in reverse and the Strength. Yeah. When it comes to this victory, you being guided. Like your angels, your spirit team is with you. They guiding you. Like they unseen forces, but they there. With the star, Aquarius energy. The bottom of the deck. So there's a victory here. When it comes to, you overcoming these obstacles, there's a victory here. You've met the challenges, to your position, work, reputation, or whatever it is. You done lived up to what it was that you was supposed to, accomplish, achieve. You know what I'm saying? You stood your ground with something, like you know what I'm saying? You didn't waver. Clarify realignment. We're going to close out. Clarify realignment with this soulmate. What soulmate with realignment? Clarify. Clarify soulmate with realignment. Clarify realignment. Clarify realignment. Told you. I cannot make it up. Got the Seven of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Scorpio energy. Somebody walking away from all this distraction, this confusion. things that they felt like, was gonna give them, a whole bunch of other, um, choices, to make, and all these choices, all these distractions, and you know what I'm saying, was just confusion. Somebody gaining clarity now about why they were so confused, why things, that they, had going on around them in their life, you know what I'm saying, at that time, was more confusing than the decision they had to make. It just made the decision they needed to make even harder. They had too much going on. And it was really about this person needing to rest, like get some peace and quiet, get to themselves, and center themselves, get grounded. You know what I'm saying? They had too many multiple choices that was confronting them all at one time. So it's like, yeah, instead of them just letting their feelings be their guide, if they knew all these other options, all these other things, all these other distractions, were entertainment, yes, but how do you feel about spending the rest of your life doing that? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to spend the rest of your life doing that with all these people? No. Okay, so who out of these people do you want to be with? What is your, what do you see? Who do you see yourself with? Don't worry about what their finances. Don't worry about, whether they got this or don't have that. If they had all that, who would you be with? Yeah, that person. Okay. Because you can have somebody that got a car, crib, job, good money, you know what I'm saying, good energy and all that, and boom, you wake up in the morning and don't feel that way. None of that shit matters. You don't even want to be with that person no more. They lose all that. They ain't got that no more. They wake up and shit just start, over a course of months, shit just start falling away. Boom, they lost their car. Now you got to take them to work. Oh, it's okay. We'll get this straightened out. Boom, they come back. They telling you they having issues at work. They possibly on the verge of losing their job. Boom, they lose their job. And that's what happens when people judge a book by its cover. Look at the contents. Don't go do an essay and skip back all the way to the summary of the book and think that, what I'm saying, oh, I'm just going to go by the summary and do my essay. You going to have to read that whole damn book. Because whatever is going to come out of that essay, it's going to hit your ass with the questions. And when they hit your ass with them questions, you definitely not going, they going to know right then you didn't read that fucking book. Because what a teacher or an instructor may ask you about that essay, it's going to require you to have read that fucking material. So at this point, it's like somebody now got to be in alignment. That's before I even pulled any tarot, so I know what the fuck I be talking about, bro. This person had some things that was distracting, or somebody had some things going on around them that just was too much going on. They had open cycles here, you know what I'm saying? They inserted themselves in other people's lives dealing with this. They had that going on in their life. These people, family members had this. They was part of that. They had a say in this. They just was all over the place. And when it came time for them to have to make a decision in love, this person had other people that they were interested in or that was interested in them that they were, playing around with, spending a little time over here, spending a little time with Stacey, spending a little time with Fred. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here doing this. We doing good. We hanging out. We went to the rodeo. We did this. I called Susie up. We went and did that. And shit, my partners, they want to go do this. I'm doing that tonight. And it just got a lot going on. And by the time it came down to somebody actually having to make a decision, somebody now has to be realigned. They possibly had to go through a rebirth. Like somebody could possibly really have had to divine intervention. Because the temperance is out here. You got the Seven of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the moon in reverse. Somebody gaining clarity. I can't make it up. They gaining clarity. It's out here twice with the Seven of Cups in reverse with the moon in reverse. Ten of Wands with the Nine of Wands. Like somebody felt like, something is going to be, a lot of responsibility. Like somebody feel, yeah, like it's certain parts of this person like they could be overburdened by, overwhelmed by. And I feel like something has, when it comes to divine intervention, like ain't no telling what may have had to happen in order to expose some people, to make something uncomfortable so much for somebody that they can't help but see that shit. They can't help but, to see that they gotta walk away. Clarify, give me one more on realignment. Yeah. Page of Wands in reverse. With the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Like you can have this person blocked, or they, could be in their head a lot, when it comes to some of the things that they feel like, then cause like a overall anxiety or overwhelming feeling, like especially when somebody, is feeling back into a corner, like they feel restricted, like they feel cut off from somebody to the point where, they feel like, something may be a revolving door, like something, may, especially if they feel like they think they gonna put you back through something again. You know what I'm saying? But somebody went through something possibly that, went through. Let's see if I say this. Yeah, this could come with like a critical decision that gotta be made. Um, because this page of wands in reverse is giving me like somebody that, may have gotten like some unwelcoming a message that they wasn't expecting about something. Whether this is, something that they got a download about, or whether, this is something, regarding like a reading or something like that. Like they don't have to have gotten a reading, but it could have been, something that came, in the form of like, some bad news or something, and it may have delayed somebody from like actually going to see something for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like it caused somebody to put something off. What's the page of wands in reverse? Clarify the page of wands in reverse. What's the page of wands in reverse? Yeah, the Eight of Cups. With the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Cancer energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody walking away because they feel like, there could be some past resentment that somebody has right now with this Eight of Cups. Yeah. This is why your soulmate is coming to you when you're ready. It may be something going on with you right now, Four of Cups, to where you may not be accepting this person's offer. Like you could be rejecting offers from this person, whoever this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is. Because I feel like if somebody settle for where they are, it's like that. It's like something's gonna be a missed opportunity. Yeah. Like if somebody Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, if they decide they're gonna settle for how something is between you and them, that something is going to have. They gonna be in, like this surprise that somebody gonna get. It's not gonna be. Mm, yeah, somebody may want to come towards you, but they coming towards you may make them feel as though they gon' like like something gonna happen that somebody ain't gonna be prepared for, or something like that. Because this Page of Wands, I mean, this Eight of Cups is giving me somebody that actually, may have felt like they ain't have no other, they left you with no other choice, or they were left with no other choice but to walk away. But it's like somebody actually, knowing that they dealing with a lot of past resentment too, especially if they feel like um, the way you see something and how something went down is not going to allow them to, possibly come back around and like do something differently now because of how something went in the first place. It's like somebody can't know they ain't gonna be able to let. They know that you're not gonna just forget about that. And the more they know that that's not what their intentions were, or that you know, they plans is to do better by you now, like they don't feel like you're gonna believe it, like you're gonna hold them to what they did to get this situation, to right some type of wrong or something like that. Like they feel like you're gonna hold them to it no matter what they do. Eight of Cups, like they feel like they ain't gonna have no other choice but to just let go. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna settle for nothing less. And they may just have to, go through this realignment, with somebody new because of, you not being ready, or that person isn't, they wasn't ready at the time. Like you may have, had a false start with your person. Or it could have been just the fact that this person, coming towards you, this is their story. And they may have had some issues, that may have been going on in their life, before they came to it, before your soulmate or whoever this higher level soulmate is. But for a higher level soulmate to come towards you, it doesn't have to be a past person. It can just be, somebody new to you, but they, maybe on their last cycle of clearing something out and clearing something out of their energy when it comes to them, actually doing their shadow work and stuff. But if it's a past person, they can become a higher level soulmate the more they are persistent with working on themselves and, doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Daily. So they can elevate and, bring their vibration and their ascension, up to where they in alignment with you. So for them to be realigned with you, they have to go through the the ranks of getting there. And it's not with the temperance, it's not something that can be rushed. You know what I'm saying? So But I feel like because somebody did not take, the initiative to go after something before and see for themselves, page of wands in reverse, they ended up, feeling like they left you with no other choice and they were left with no other choice but to just walk away. You know what I'm saying? And accept that whatever they intentions were or whatever, circumstances or whatever, mind games or whatever they emotional game they were playing didn't get them anywhere. Like somebody now has, possibly 4 cups has to reevaluate like they life, you know what I'm saying? And whether they want to settle for where they at or if they want to, make better choices and get back out there, when it comes to them actually doing something different, from their higher self. What's the 8 of Cups with the Page of Wands in reverse? Got the Chariot in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Cancer, Capricorn. See, that's what I'm saying. Like somebody had some issues with knowing that when it came to them having to be realigned, you got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Cups in reverse with the Devil. See, somebody gonna have to wait for something, to come back around to them. Because I feel like, at this point, it's like somebody having delays or obstacles, and this is about overcoming obstacles. So they gonna have to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody gonna have to just, you know what I'm saying? This is something that's beyond their control. You know what I'm saying? Whatever issues they had, they gonna have to let the universe with the Temperance like bring them back in alignment. The longer they keep working on their addictions or whatever these things is that they felt like, was gonna work for them until it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? With the Devil and the Fool. Yeah. Because I feel like whoever this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is, like somebody may have felt, helpless at a time where somebody wasn't willing to work with them. You know what I'm saying? And be truthful and honest with them. You know what I'm saying? Or truthful and honest with you. 2 of Swords in reverse. But at the same time, like I said, this is somebody that may have thought they had control over what was going on until they realized that shit just controlling them. With this Chariot in reverse, this is somebody that, got changes in things that's happening, but it's happening internally. You know what I'm saying? Like something was a slow process, but at the same time, this is them having to, be clear about what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like they may have given you mixed signals or made you feel like something was, on the verge of, shit, like we can move in together, we vibing, we shit, and then 2 weeks later, it's like you may not hear from that person for a whole damn week. You may have to call them just to talk to them. If you don't call them, they probably ain't gonna even pick up the phone, call you, text you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Chariot in reverse. Like somebody gonna have to, make up their fucking mind. Because they had a lot of distractions going on. They had a lot of outside influence, things going on. But something put somebody like at the bottom of the damn Wheel of Fortune, like, on the bad side of karma. Because, you could fantasize all damn day long about what you want or how you see something with a person or what you think something gonna be until that shit ain't like that because you didn't take the action. Somebody seen something with you and they just didn't take the action because they may have felt like, because they had all these other options, these other choices that they could have made, that they had time. And even if they didn't know if you would have won, like they would make one of these the one until they did and that shit didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Because even if they did get involved with somebody else, they still thought about you. They gut feeling, their energy still was, you know what I'm saying, calling for you. So at the end of the day here, you can have 7 of Cups, you can have 9 of them bitches. You know what I'm saying? But when love calls your name, that's what Kim said. You better love call, you need to answer. Because some people don't realize true love is hard to find right now because so many folks, is wanting you to, put up with some fake love and it's costing people their damn life. But when you know somebody genuinely loves you and you can't get back to them, that shit hurt like hell. I know it do because I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? I feel it for people. You know what I'm saying? But you can't save them all. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people in your life collective, you're going to be the lesson, for them. And at some point, they may, get bored in their life, you know what I'm saying? Because of, they phone dry. They ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying, to just call up and laugh with and stuff no more. I mean, they put themselves in that situation. But they had to learn the lesson too. You had to be the lesson and, for them. So that you can get the blessing for, just going through whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like somebody could have been in school. Somebody could have, be in business, working career, finance. Somebody could be traveling with this 8 of Wands. Like somebody could have got a degree in traveling or something like that. But somebody could also, be wanting to come in and work with another person, collab, and, make a focused effort, to address and, what I'm saying, and apply themselves in them areas, as a person, what I'm saying, as a partner. Because they may have had the potential to do that, but they had all these other people that was competing 5 of Wands for this person, but they all probably, were not, their intentions wasn't pure. Neither was his masculines. Okay? They were just, you know what I'm saying? They were playing each other. They were playing a lot of different people anyway. They had a lot of different things going on. Not just people. All right? But I'm going to end it here. You guys, make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Even if you don't know them. All right? But hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. I love you. Bye.